Hello, everybody. Oh, so for those of you that don't know that might be new, this is how we do a salute. If you want to salute, I'll salute usually at the beginning of class and at the end usually. But when we have used to have our school in person, then we would all salute, and some of the teachers do it at the beginning of class. You make a fist with your right hand, and then you put it in your palm, and just bring your hands together. That's basically it. This is kind of like it's kind of like the Chinese have a way of greeting each other, which is very similar. It's kind of like this, and they maybe shake it or something. But for us, we're just going to put them together and with their palm open. Okay, so that's the martial arts salute for China anyway. Okay, so we're in the second section, and we're going to fan through the back. Let's practice. Okay, prepare. Opening. Grasping the bird's tail. Ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise hands. Step forward. White crane. Spreads wings. Left knee brush. And push. Handstrums salute. Left knee brush. And push. Right knee brush. And push. Left knee brush. And push. Handstrom salute. Left knee brush. And push. Parry blocking punch. Apparent close up. Cross hands. Embrace the tiger. Return to mounted. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Step back. Repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3, Diagonal flying. Raise hands. Step forward. White crane. Spreads wings. Left knee brush. And push. Needlet to bottom. And to the back. Okay. Practice again from cross hands. Maria, have you had a blackout there or something?
No, I think smart technology is too smart and it's adjusting the lighting here because I've got a huge window behind me. I'll try to fix it.
Okay. Well, if you can see, that's okay for right now.
Yes.
Okay, for cross hands. That's better. All right. Okay. Embrace the tiger. Return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Empty stance, left empty stance to the straight direction. Step back, repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads wings. Left knee brush and push. Knee see bottom. And fan through the back. Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, so Maria, so when we're practicing, I don't know how easy. What are you looking at a TV? What do you have? A TV or a
I'm looking at my work laptop.
laptop?
This is
Okay.
my first time doing this virtually, and it's like I've got to get oriented, I think.
Okay, yeah, great. All right, yeah, that's a little bit difficult at the beginning. I'll tell you how my setup. I don't know what everybody's doing, but if you can connect your laptop to a TV screen. So I've got a 32-inch TV that I can see everybody, right? So see all 6 of you do it, and so it would be in the time that we're practicing, especially if I'm just watching you, then you can't see. If you need to see what's going on, then you can't see what other people are doing very well. But figure it out best as you can, I guess. But that would be helpful if you can push it onto a TV screen, or I've got mine connected with a cable to my laptop. The laptop might be big enough if you're not too far away, and but then you have to be kind of closer to it, and maybe constrains you to move around. But
Right.
well, it's not. You'll. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Have you done any other Zoom classes before with anything else?
Probably. I don't know. COVID's a blur, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, most of us became experts with Zoom, right? So in 5 years of it. So okay. Well, let's look at we'll review from diagonal flying. Okay, and then I'll do it with you, and then I'll watch you do some of it. So I'll do it the same direction as you to be helpful, hopefully. So from diagonal flying, when you raise hands, we shift forward, we step back to the 6 o'clock direction. We shift back, we bring our arms back and lift our hands, and we bring our foot in, step out, and with body turning, put our hands in the center line, okay? Like this. Then white crane, this is a repeat now. We turn our hands, turn a little bit. We shift back and pull down. We circle close our hands. We shift over and then lift up and step out into empty stance and spread your wings. Okay, make sure it's empty stance and you stay in the back. Don't go in the middle when you make your empty stance. Left knee brush and push. Again, which is repeating. Turn your palm up, circle down into the back corner, look to the corner, step, brush, put your foot down flat, heel ball toe, and then bow stance and strike. Good. Then, okay, instead of handstream salute, now this is a different thing we did last week. You yield forward and your hand goes down and you step more straight back. You shift back, you pull up, your hand goes about head high, face high maybe, pull it back and it's away from your body, okay, like here. So not really close to your head. Your elbow's sort of sticking out, then it's pointing forward. Then you change from the heel to an empty stance for the ball, and then you thrust forward and you bend at the hip and your hand will go down. So you're going to make a quarter of a circle and point your fingers down. You have this shape with your hand, okay, at the end, but it's pointed down. And still keep your head lifted. Sit a little bit, bend at the hip. Your left hand will go down and hang down and look sort of parallel to your left hand. Then we come back up. It's too hard to hold it properly. Then we come back up. We touch the back of our wrist and we lift up to face height. We step a little bit wider for the bow stance. We go into our bow stance and we strike out and we separate our hands and bring our left hand back by our temple. So it looks like this, okay, from the side. So the footwork is, the body shape is the same as single whip, but your elbow's bent and your hand is by your temple. Okay, let's do it again. I'll do it facing your direction this time.
Mike,
Yes.
I have a question about the fan.
Okay. Yes. Okay, you're muted now, Gail. You're muted. Okay.
Is your thumb underneath or like in push?
Okay. When when it's coming up, let's see where I am. Here we go. when you come up, you're going to touch behind your palm, and it's going to be here. Your thumb is going to be on the same side. Your palm is going to be this shape. Okay. Then they're going to separate. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. So let me see. Well, okay. I'll do a little bit more review of this one, but I didn't intend to teach it yet. I'll just review it later, but we'll review it now. I'll do it your direction. So, okay. From the knee brush, we're like this. We're going to yield forward, turn our palm to the left, and it's going to go down a little bit. We're going to bring our back foot closer to the center line. You're going to shift back and feel pulling with your right hand, pull up. And this left hand is touching their arm. So separating them, basically, okay? They have a hold of your wrist, pull it out. Okay. If you cannot pull it out, then we're going to we're going to cross that wrist, their wrist, for example. And then we're going to thrust forward and down. So we're still just trying to get away from them. We try to pull it back, they don't let go. Then we thrust down, and we're just trying to get them to let go. So thrust down. I want you to do it like this from here and land on the ball, but sit and bend at the hip. Okay, bend at the hip, and not very much curve your back. Keep your back straight. Okay, keep your back straight. So here, this is important. Keep your back straight. Don't then try from here to keep going in and curve your back to try to get low. We're not trying to get too low. All right, we're just trying to mainly come from your hips, from your sinking a little bit and bending at the hip. Okay, so if you imagine they have you here, that if you basically change the angle, that they will have to let go, basically. Okay, so down, feel pushing down, and bend more than sink. I don't want you to actually bend your knees too much. Don't want you to hurt your knee, but a little bit sinking. Yes.
How about the weight distribution between the front and back legs?
It's still empty stance. So it's the same. So here's an empty stance. That should be 70 on the back. Here, I want you to bend over. Now, bending over does put your weight forward, right? But your weight is here, right? So if you bend the hip, my butt is going back a little bit. But I want you also, if you didn't bend your front leg, then you would sit back and go backwards this direction. So you need to stay your weight in the same location, basically. Okay.
Okay.
So bend your front knee too. You can bend them a little bit. All right. If all you do is bend over, I think it's not much of an issue. But if you try to bend your knees, you have to bend both of them so you don't shift backwards. Okay. So that keeps the weight about the same. All right. So just sit. Well, just bend mainly, and there's a little sitting. I feel it in my knee doing something just by bending over. It changes something, but don't overdo it. Don't hurt yourself. But it's empty stance. So here's our empty. Okay. So here's the thing. If you can look at my legs. I want you to bend at the hip, but I don't want you to do this. Okay. Don't go in the middle. Don't bend your knee that much. Your front knee. Feel staying in place and just thrust down. Turn your body and thrust down. That's probably what I'm feeling in my back leg, because I'm turning my body and that is affecting my hip, and I'm bending at the hip. So you're just going to turn your knee. It's going to tweak your knee a little bit, but don't go too far forward. Stay in empty stance. Empty stance, remember, is the back, standing on the back leg. Bow stance is a little bit wider. and the front leg is bent, and the back leg is straight. Okay, and I'll show it this way. To go, we were at a knee brush. So see, there's separation between my 2 feet. They're on parallel lines. Okay, they're not close together on the lines. The lines are about shoulder width apart, hip width apart, and the toe is open. We're gonna to 45 degrees. We're going to shift forward and narrow. Okay, put our feet on one line, 2 sides. Then shift back into empty stance. But first, we're gonna come back on our heel, and then we're gonna lift up our foot, and we're gonna land on the ball and come down. Okay, so when you do that, you narrow, but you land in a good empty stance, which means you're still not 1 foot, both feet on the same side. There's a line from your inside of your back foot. Imagine a line there. Your left foot, the front foot, has to be on the other side of the line. All right, so maybe it's hard to see, but you see my back foot, I think, seeing in the camera. I'm trying to point at the camera. This is crossed. So a good empty stance is 1 line and the feet are on both sides. We say 1 line, 2 sides. And we have it, if you don't remember, with the ball for this one and the knee bent a little bit, or with the heel for raise hands or handstrom salute with the front leg straight, but the weight is on the back leg about the same. Okay. And we have weighted for our style. We have weighted front foot. The front foot has about 30% weight on it. It's not just touching. It's not this. It's pushing down. Okay, they say 30%. Or with the heel, it's not just touching, it's pushing down. So there's a little bit of shifting of my body forward, a little bit, but we can't be in the middle. Okay, then it's not empty stance anymore. But I can feel, it's using your back leg to stand that way. So don't overdo it. If if I'm making you stand and you're getting too tired, go ahead and stand up. All right. But and you have a choice of how low to go. You don't have to bend it any amount. So if I wanted to do here, I don't know if you can see it, but if I wanted to do like this, I could do, or like, which one is it? Like this. Okay, I don't have to bend very much. Okay, I don't have to bend my knee very much. You can't really see. I'm sorry, I think my so I could stand up kind of high. When I stand up higher, then wherever I could reach. Here, my normal is like this. If I stand up higher, then my front foot's going to be in closer, and then it's not as much of a strain on my back leg. Okay, and still you can do it like that. I want you to be careful and not overdo it. So your body shouldn't go more than 45 degrees, I think. So your arm is about 45 degrees. Here, my body is not. Here, my body might be closer to 45. I need to make my back straighter probably. Then, but don't do this. Okay, so don't bend so much that it's strenuous. We have a rule. One of the rules. You have to feel how far to go down. And I said I don't want you to go very far down, actually. But how much to bend, how much to go down. We have other movements. Maybe we haven't done them yet. We punch down like this, okay? And how far to go down, how far to bend has to do with your breathing. You need to be able to do it and have kind of normal breathing. So if you sink down like this, and then you can hold that pose for a few seconds, whatever, and you can breathe normally, then that's fine. But if you're like this, and now it's like you're like straining to do it, don't strain it. Don't make yourself straining to breathe. Okay, not even strain to breathe, but if you get yourself tighten up, you have to tighten yourself up to be able to do it. That's too far. All right. So stay on the other side of that line. Stay on the side of you can breathe normally, and it's a normal kind of thing to do. Okay, don't overdo it. Yes, Jeff.
Mike, this move seems like a really good move to strengthen the right side. If I want to strengthen the left side, would I just do the reverse foot, do it the other side? Would that help me strengthen my left side?
You could. You could do that. I don't do that. What you could do, this is sort of an overall thing. Do we have a lot of, what do we have? We have raised hands, right? We did the right foot forward with this one, right? And then
Yeah.
we did white crane. So they're comparable. I mean, they're the same height. This one is bending over a little, right? So it's not, we have empty stance on both sides. So
Okay. Thanks.
we don't, the form is not symmetrical. Okay. It's
Yeah.
overall, we think it's kind of balanced, but it's not like some other forms where, we have, what is the 24 form? You do grasp with bird's tail with the right foot forward, then you do the other direction with the left foot forward. You do both sides of a lot of movements. We have some symmetrical, the knee brushes, we do both sides, and step back repulse monkey. But uh, if you wanted to build up yourself, your legs, say especially, but your whole body, then you could practice the standing practice, and maybe we'll quickly go through that. If your feet are shoulder width apart, this is our body shape, sitting and hugging a tree. Okay, you can stand like that, and I would say stand like that for just a minute or two if you have not done it before, and just stand like that. Remember, lift your head. Feel sitting in a chair. You're going to sit in a chair, and then just hug a tree. And you still have choice of how low to go. Okay, so do it so that you can do it for a couple minutes, and that'll put strength in symmetrically. Okay, in both sides, and you can feel it. Maybe you will feel while you sit like this. You'll feel that you're really wanting to favor one side, or you'll feel your one leg is weaker than the other. Just keep trying to center yourself and use both sides equally. Okay, so here you can feel the workout. All right, and there's different ways. There's a video. I can't remember the name. His name is something like Lam Cam Chuan or Cam Lam Chuan, I think. And he has a nice video about, I think, an hour long, and he goes through 5 different shapes. So this is one I'll just show you just for fun. Why not? So the feet are the same here, or your hands can be turned over and facing out, or you could do it this way and lower. That's 3 different ways. And or you can do it like this with your palms like on 2 balls. Okay, like or rocks or whatever. So those are all with your knees bent. And then the last, or maybe should be first, but is just standing up, our prepare posture, just standing, okay, without even your knees bent. This is if you try to stand like this for 10 minutes, right? Remember, we don't want to lock our knees, so they're just comfortably straight, actually straight maybe. And just stand like this. Keep your head up, keep the body shape, so we're not sticking our chest out, but just stand in the prepare posture. So this is the Wuji posture, and just stand like this. So there's 5 different ways to do it, and so you can vary. It's a little bit, I would say, for me, at least when I was starting to do it, a little bit hard to. If you can stand for 10 minutes, say, or 15 minutes, somehow it's still hard to stand the same way. So stand like this for 5 minutes, and then that gives you something to do. And they feel different. So this might feel very hard. This feels easy, and this is, oh, wow, it's hard. Okay. Even this one seems like, since you're resting on those 2 balls, be easy, but it's not. So this is a little easier feeling, holding a rock feeling. Okay. So that'll put some strength in you if you want that. But you'll get if you practice the form for 20 minutes, you'll still get a workout. You might not need to strengthen quickly. Master Yang, I will say, when I learned the form, he didn't stress it very much, but he didn't teach a lot of the beginners. And so I saw one of the other teachers, one of my colleagues, and he was teaching the standing practice. And I asked about it, and he said Master Yang did teach it. And he teaches it basically because when you're going through the form, it takes you about a year. And so you get halfway through the form, or the first 2 sections. And in the form, that's about 10 minutes. But you are, when you start going to the third section, people will start to get tired. Now you've been doing it for, say, 8 months, say. And still, to do it for 20 minutes and keep down and be doing it and practicing it, they're still, it's like they've used up their reserves at that point. Okay, they can't go through the whole form. Well, they've hit at 10 minutes. That's about as long as they can do it. So this standing practice is good for building yourself up to keep going and not have that to be ahead of yourself in the form, so that you don't feel too tired. I remember when I was learning it with a different teacher, that when we learned the 24 form first, and that was easy, seemingly. It took 6 months. And then we learned a sword form, and still, body-wise, that was easy. So after 1 year, and we started learning the long form, but then that was when he started to make us, his whole postures longer, and he'd go around and check us. And then I was like, oh my God, this is, hard. It was so hard, we would be like laughing, say, oh God, because you have to stand there. Master Young, we don't do that in our school, really. We tell you to stand up or whatever. But my first teacher, he would make us, stand there and wait till he said to do the next one. And so that's a kind of training too. You can just hold your postures. Okay, so while you're doing the form, do it slower, do it, hold them a little bit longer at the end of each posture, and see how that feels. Okay. At some point, my first teacher said, we would like to, when you know the whole form, then do it twice as slow, instead of 20 minutes, 40 minutes, practice it that way and see what that's like. And then even do it, same form, do it 10 minutes, do it faster. And if you try to do it faster, then you can kind of see where you're training your body to do it, not think about it. Your body will be not confused. It won't be like, know exactly what to do next, because you still have to think what comes next. When you can do it, to do it twice as fast, your body has to know the whole thing, that you don't have to think about it. So there's ways to play around with it. You don't want to be boring. Hopefully it's not boring. Okay. Okay. You have any other questions on any other movement? Oh wait, we didn't do fan through the back. We only did knee to let's see bottom. All right. So after we do knee to let's see bottom here, I need to watch you do it too. Still, sorry. Then we're going to come back up. We're going to lift our arm up and keep it straight, but turning it. And then our hands are going to come together. We're going to step a little bit wider. We're going to strike out and pull our left hand back. Okay. And this hand is high. Mike is higher. Fingers point up. Yes, there you go. Like knee brush type of striking. Okay, or a single whip striking. Okay, that one's kind of easy, I think, comparatively. But that's why I taught them both. It's two movements really, but I taught them both last week because I don't like to end just down. So go down and come back up. Let me see you do it then. From the knee brush, from here. Okay, I'll do it one time with the last two movements. Knee, let's see bottom. You'll forward and down. Step in, shift back, pull, and turn your body to the corner. And then thrust forward, turn your body straight, and bend at the hip. Then fan through the back. Come back up, touch with about shoulder height. Two hands lifting up and step wider and strike. And your body straight up and down. All right. Here, your left hand is by your temple. Okay, like this. So not back here. Okay, let me see you do it. From knee brush, left knee brush. From here, left foot forward, right hand forward, right hand forward. Okay. Yield forward and down. Then shift back, pull up. Left palm faces forward. Then thrust down. Then come back up. And step. Strike. Okay, when you come back up, I'll show you closer. When you come back up, when it's about shoulder, what does your hand have to do? It's like this. It has to come up, and then when it's going up, well, at some point, it's going to face palm out. So I want you to keep it, basically come up and be turning, and then here you can touch it sort of on the back, and then 2 hands lifting up from the shoulder height up. And it's not that much up, but see how it's keeps extended forward. Then they separate. Your right hand will come back and your left hand will go forward. It should look like this. You go forward, you kind of move your body, keep your hand where it is. Remember, this is trapping somebody's hand and you grab them, then you go forward and strike them. So you move their hand, you're not trying to pull on them, you're just gonna hold it. So it should be like you go forward and your hand stays in 3D space in place, okay? So the point is, when you come together, it's not by your head, okay? And then just your hand comes out striking. It comes up in front, and then you move forward, okay, next to it. So try to show that. Okay, again, look. Okay, so watch me do it. You forward, pull, thrust, down. Come back up, keep it forward, keep your right arm straight, Tai Chi straight. Then bend it when you go forward. Bend it and your knee, front knee at the same time. Bend your elbow and your front knee at the same time, okay? Don't bring it up and bend it and get it by your head. All right, try it. You do it. Do it 3 times. I'll watch you do it. From knee brush, right hand forward, left foot forward, right hand forward. Okay, then forward and down, then back and pull up and thrust down. Then come back up, step wider, strike. Okay. Do it again. Your right hand forward. Okay, there you go. The yield forward. Imagine they pull you. You have to yield to that. Then step a little bit in. Then shift back and pull back. Your left hand stays forward. Separate here, okay? Then thrusting down. Then come back up, fan through the back. Bow stance, strike. Okay. Okay. Everybody have it, you think? You can go back and look at what we taught last week, or other people teaching it, other people on our website, on our YouTube page. I want to say, if you are, any of you want to get started at the beginning of the form, Rita is teaching that Fridays at 3 o'clock, okay, on Zoom. So you're welcome to go there too, okay? And I would say that if you are starting now, you know, when I didn't do it today, but I try to review something in the first section, and then, you know, just because we need to get better. But it's nice if you can take another class and basically kind of start over, and then use that for getting better at the first section. So she's doing stances and things right now. She hasn't started into the form yet, but she just started. So you might want to do that on Fridays at 3.
It's the same Zoom link?
It'll be a different link. So you'll have to go back to our page, Young Tai Chi Seattle /classes, and register for that class. So, and then
Okay.
you have to keep that mail around so you can find the link. Okay. But yeah, it's a thing. I wish the Zoom, because you have a Zoom account, I think, right now, that you could save the classes you're in Zoom. That'd be great. That's the way it is for me, because I create these classes. So I just go and choose it and start it. But you guys can't save it in there, I don't think. I don't think. So that's unfortunate. That would be the best way to do it. But anyway, save your mail somewhere, get back into it. Okay, so that's the review part, I'm a little bit late for starting the new thing. We'll do the new thing. Every week we try to do new things so people don't get bored, right? But it's very helpful to practice during the week, right? So if you don't get it at this instant, practice a little bit more, try again tomorrow, then at least you'll remember kind of how to do it. But still practicing it, so you don't go back and forget. All right, so let me show you the new movement, the next movement. It's called turn and chop with fist. This is a very nice movement and a fun movement, I think. So from here, it looks like this. We're going to shift back, and now we're going to turn around. We're going to turn the opposite direction of single whip. So that's the footwork. Then we're going to shift back, and we're going to step. We're going to throw our fist out, and then strike. Okay. In Chinese, my Chinese is not good. The name is something like Pishin Chui. And I think Pishin is like, I don't even know, a mace or something like that. I think it's I think it's a thing with a chain. What is that, a mace? There's a stick and a chain and a ball. And you throw it, you swing it, right? You swing it and you hit them with the ball. There's also one with just a stick and a ball on the end, a metal ball. It's a weapon. Okay. So talk about weapons. So the Pishin, I think, is maybe the one with the chain. So that's what you're doing here. You're kind of throwing your hand into their face, okay? With and your forearm is like the chain. And then the stick is like your upper arm, okay? All right, so Pishin Chui. Chui is punch, I think. So from here, I don't know Chinese very well. I'll show it again. We're going to shift back and turn, and then back and make your fist. Bring your foot in, step out for a bow stance. Chop, we call this turn and chop with fist, and then bend your knee and strike. The end position for your left hand is the same as the knee brush. Here, your hand is by your hip. Okay, so let me do it the other direction. This is the normal direction. All right. Back. Okay, so let's talk about the footwork then. Let's just go through it now. We're going to shift back. We're going to turn, point our toe to the corner. Stay on your right leg. Then we're going to shift onto the left leg. Bring your foot in and step to the straight direction for a bow stance. Heel ball toe, bend your knee. Again, the footwork is just the opposite of single whip. Back, turn, go from one empty bow stance to this direction to 180 degrees bow stance. Okay. There's a little funny thing is that when you do the chopping, you touch with your heel, but you don't bend your leg. And then you put your foot down, heel ball toe, and bend your knee. Okay, so there's a little hitch in the stepping. Still kind of good. Yeah. A little hitch with it. Okay. The hands are like this. We're going to shift back and not change them. That's one. Well, I will say, whatever. I won't start counting it yet. We're going to shift back, and then we're going to turn. When we turn and turn our foot, we're going to circle our hands. Okay, so they're going to circle. The left hand is going to come up. No, I can't fit myself on the screen and be close enough. All right, if you know what the footwork is, I'll be a little closer. Shift back, and when we turn, the left hand is going to come up and protect your head. You face the corner, your head, but your hand is kind of like where you put white crane, okay? But your body points to the corner. Then you're going to shift back, and when you strike out, you're going to come down to your shoulder with your left hand. And then when you go to your bow stance, it's going to strike. Okay, so it's going to go up and protect your head. It's going to wait until you punch, and then it's going to change place. It's going to come down in front of your shoulder. And then when you go into your bow stance, it's going to go forward. Okay, so once it's in front of your shoulder, you should know what to do with it. All right. The right hand shifts back. When we turn, that's when our hands are going to circle. It's going to basically be, it's going to do this. It's going to go in a little bit to the right and then down and to the and back. Okay, it's going to make this circle. Okay, it's basically pushing down, but you imagine that they're punching towards you. You touch their wrist, say, and then just guide them from keep them from hitting you. Okay, so that hit would be coming from back here somewhere. You go like this and you touch their arm and you guide it, stop it from hitting you. Okay, so that's basically it. So it looks like this, back, turn. Now one is up and one is down. This one is basically in front of your stomach. Okay. Then when you shift back on the left foot, you make your fist, pick up your heel. And then when you go to chop, your foot is going to go first. With your stepping, start swinging out your arm. Okay. And then your left hand drops and then you strike. And that's the whole thing. Actually, I need to talk about how to strike, but let's try to do that first. Okay. So from here, one is back and turn to the corner. Point your toe to the corner. You're good. Your right hand is in front of your stomach. Keep your palm open. Good. Then two, shift back and step out with your heel and strike. And still, it's empty, it's basically empty stance. It's going into the bow stance next. And then three, strike, go into your bow stance. And bring your right hand to your hip. Okay, so just, all right, good, again. So that's the good timing. One, back and turn. Two, shift back and make your fist and pick up your heel. Three, step out for a bow stance and strike. And then four, we'll say chop and then strike, bend your knee. Okay, one of the things of what you're doing here is somebody's coming from this side. So first thing is deflect some kind of punch at you or something. And then you turn that into striking back. So strike back, but they might not let you hit them in the face. They don't like to people don't like to get hit in the face. So you got to strike them in the face. They go like this. See, now they're in a bad position with their body. So they lean back, then you go bam, strike them in the chest. They're worried about their head. They go like this. And then, so the real thing is the striking, probably, okay? Not really hit them in the face. But we're going to throw our hand up into their face. Okay. So let me, okay, so let's talk about how to do that chopping. So this is the interesting part about it. You know, chopping. Okay, so I told you about the mace. I call it a mace. I'm not sure that that's the right term for it. But you know what I'm talking about. A stick, a chain, and a ball, right? And then you can swing it like this. If you take the stick, here's a stick, here's a stick. And it's got a chain on it and a ball hanging here. And if you go like this, what does it do? It just hits you in the hand, probably. Okay, so to use it, maybe it's too long for me. Here, to use it, you need to do what? You need to swing it. You swing it, and the chain pulls the ball around, and then you hit something with the ball. Because then when you start to swing it, the ball now moves. The ball's like this, okay? So that's the point of it. To be kind of swing it, and the ball will come with it. You just can't hit with it, right? The ball always go with, hey, swing around, right, and not do anything. So it's that kind of a weapon, right? Not the punching with it. We're going to do that, and then we're going to strike with a sort of direct kind of punchy kind of movement. This would be a punch with your fist, or strike punching with your open hand. But this one is a swing it. So I want you to have this feeling of swinging it this way. We're gonna make our fist. We'll start with this way with our foot in. We don't do this in the forearm. We don't touch. We could touch if you want. And then I want you to step out and like this from here, swing it out, step, swing. So the hand gets there after you touch the floor. Okay, so you step out to go into your bow stance and touch with your heel. The hand is not finished. Put the weight in, okay? Weight. With weighting your front foot, finish the swing. So the swing is like, so I'll show you again, from here, back, here. Then you come back, make your fist, bring your foot in, step out, and once it gets here, it starts to swing. You're stepping a little bit ahead of it, and then with putting weight into your heel, that helps finish, okay? That gives you the energy to make it be kind of whippiness, okay? Okay, Gail?
So the right hand is not continuous down to your hip. There's a break.
Oh, yes. So let me show you again. So from here, back and turn, back, strike. Okay, there's two energy points for this movement. Okay, most of them have one, and at the end of the movement. So we have the one at the end, but there's one in the middle, right before that. Okay, so there's two. Like I said, this might be hitting somebody in the face. If you could hit them in the face, that would be great. Because if you hit them in the nose, they'll start crying, right? So they can't stop. They can't help that. It does not even that it hurts. It just makes you start to cry. So that's good. But if you don't hit them, bam, right behind it, bam, bam. Okay, right behind it is their strike to their chest. Okay, so, but this is the hard, to me, this is the part that matters. Step, strike. They sort of start together, but the fist ends later than the footwork, okay? It ends, actually, the footwork still ends together because you put weight, and that's the end. But most of our stuff is like this here. By the time your leg is straight, you're done, right? We don't have the whippiness almost anywhere. Almost everywhere else, we don't, the things where you use some kind of striking can be a little bit different. Like, so here, like handstrom salute, you touch with the floor, you're like this. With putting weight, you finish it, okay? With white crane, so the empty stances are that way. Empty stance here, you're not done. With putting weight, you finish it, okay? But they finish at the same time, basically. They finish with the weight. Here, with the weight, maybe it's still not finished. You put the weight, and there's still some whippiness to go, okay? So, strike. This hand is, can you see, is your own nose height, okay? So chop to your own face height, and then go into your heel ball toe, bend your knee, and strike. And then, yes, so a little pause, and then bring it to your hip, and while you're striking. Let me see you do it. Does it seem easy? Does it seem fun? It's supposed to be fun. Okay. So start from front to the back. Okay. 1, back and turn. Back and turn. And your hands are, one's protecting your head. 2, back and make your fist and step and chop. And then 4, strike. I'm not counting very well, I'm sorry. While counting this way, there isn't any stopping except for chopping and striking. Okay, there's no stopping really. 1, back and turn. 2, shift back, pick up your heel, make your fist. 3, step out and chop and bring your left hand in front of your shoulder. Just look at my left hand, it just drops down. Just let your hand drop. 4, strike. Okay, I'll do it one more time with you, then I'll watch you do it. 1, back and turn. 2, make your fist. 3, step and chop. 4, strike. Okay, let me see you do it. From that through the back. That through the back. Shoulder height. Left hand shoulder height. Strike. All right. Back and turn. And you're on your right foot, on your right leg now. Weight on the right leg. Then back and make your fist. Pick up your heel. Then step and chop. Drop your hand in front of your shoulder. And then strike. Let me show you this direction. And let me tell you something I don't want. Okay. I see people do it like this. I don't like this. They step out, they get to here. And then they go, okay. I don't want you to go like that. The movement isn't from here to here. The movement is from your stomach. Okay. So again, we didn't practice it up. From here, throw it out from your front of your stomach and step and finish your empty stance in the middle, okay, of that. Step, finish, okay? But it comes from here. The swing it comes from here, okay? It isn't get ready and then I don't know what you call that, okay? So try to hit them in the nose with it. Okay, so that's not enough. So try to throw it and step together, but this is a little bit lands after the heel. Okay, so they're not totally in sync. Okay, that's pretty good, Leaf. LG. So do it on your own a few times. Okay, so that's good. I saw Gail's. I want you to practice, everybody practice this. You can hold your hand up or not, but here, and you bring your foot in. So the stepping is halfway done, basically. Step and chop, okay? Here, step, chop. Here, step, chop. See, when you bring your foot in and then you step out, you start basically moving, right? You start moving forward, and then you stop yourself with your leg. So you stop yourself, and that gives you the whippiness. Look. Okay, that gives you the whippiness and we only do it a little bit. We don't move very far. But it's different than the knee brush. The knee brush one, when you bend your knee, you're done. When you're finished bending your knee, you could have whippiness. Okay, and sometimes we might show it or not, but when we do the form, basically we don't show it. So it isn't like that, right? For the form. I'd say to really strike someone, maybe you would have whippiness, and maybe you would. That's a different thing. So you practice that maybe with a bag or something. How to like generate energy with your legs and have that coming out your hand. Okay, you could mess around with it. But for the hand form, we don't show that, at least for this form. Our style, we have this form, the long form. Okay, the large frame, long form. Okay, there's other ones that people do in other styles that supposedly are basically the same. I mean, the same sequence, but they do them in a lot of different way, and you can look on YouTube and see some of that. But we don't have that. So for that kind of training, we do it in single movement practice, we call it. Okay. And I don't know how to teach that exactly. Okay. So Gail.
So is part of that whip your body turning?
Okay. So I'm here, my body's at the corner. Are you going, Maria?
Yeah.
If you have to go, I went over, I'm sorry. But we're almost done. All right, so thanks, nice to see you. When you chop out, is not turning. This is shifting and then because the turning is going to come with this left hand strike. Okay, then you're going to square. So this is just the same as the knee brush, right? Turn 45 degrees and strike. Let's go from yeah.
When you strike, it's just the arm.
Which one? The second one? The first one?
When you do the
Yeah.
nose punch, it's arm, it's not the body.
Okay. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Mike, I have to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Sorry, everybody went
No.
over.
Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you. Well, your body is moving. Look, and then you're stopping yourself. So there's still something going on with your body. Like for instance, here, if I don't have any weight, if I don't have tension, and then if I go forward and stop myself, my upper body will still have, react to my lower body. Okay. So by stopping myself, go forward and then stop myself with my legs, then I still have, you can feel the transfer. You want the transfer that's with you extending your arm, right? You want that to come all together. That's how you get some lower body energy into it. There's still swinging it out, but there's also that you could do without your arm energy, just from your body. Okay, and then you want to put that together, and then you have more. Okay, so there's still body, but you're not turning, and you're kind of stopping yourself. That gives you the whippiness. Okay, the stopping yourself gives you some extra thing into your arm, like a whip. Okay, so we'll stop here. I'm sorry I went over, but practice after class right now. Do needlessly bottom, fed through the back, turn and chop with fist. Okay, try to put them together. All right, sorry. We'll stop here. Thanks very much. Keep practicing, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Bye.